Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get our, work session started. We're gonna ask Chief Osgood to open us up in prayer tonight.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the opportunity to come together. We thank you for this wonderful city. We thank you for all of the wonderful things that are going on around our city. We just pray that you would lead and guide each of us and our leaders and our council in ways that bring honor and glory to you and move this city forward. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chief. Okay, guys, again, we're gonna go ahead and get our work session started. Councilman Brewer will not be able to join us, here tonight. He had, a previous engagement, so he regrets not being here tonight. You good? Okay, so number one on our agenda tonight is, discussion that is necessary to enter into an agreement with Safe Haven Baby Boxes to install a location at Station 1 of Sylacauga Fire Department. But I know, just talking to our city attorney, he was just now able to get that agreement finalized this afternoon. So we haven't taken a look at it yet, so we are gonna have to, push this one to the next meeting. Is there anybody here from, Safe Haven? So when, and you can get with Wayne, he said he just was able to get everything finalized today, so we haven't had a, chance to take a look at it, and I do apologize, he literally just told us before the meeting started. So, go ahead.
The only error on what I've given you that I know of is I put Station 2 instead of 1,
Okay,
not now.
alright, but you are done and you're ready to get it out to the council so we can,
Yes, you should have a copy of it.
okay, alright. So again, we are gonna have to push this the next time, I do apologize. Alright, next item, discussion that is necessary to approve a related resolution to establish the rate change, if any, for residents and other participants of the city's waste management currently serviced by GFL in per cart or dumpster. And I think last time we did talk about this, and I think the only thing we need to decide is whether or not we're gonna pass that expense on to the residents, or is the city gonna absorb that, cost? And I did recommend that this time we do pass it on, because the past few times that there was an increase, the city did absorb that cost. And I also think, the mayor and the finance department did have a recommendation for us to go with.
The option 4 was our recommendation. We did get some new information, so you just have a brand new sheet printed for you that you haven't seen before. So if you wanna take those numbers into consideration.
So are you still recommending that option 4 is the best option on behalf of the city?
It would be able to balance the expenses and give some savings to every participant, but it does increase the additional cart price. So that is something to consider, but we have been charging less than what we are being charged.
But the increase is for the additional cart, and people do have an option on whether or not they want to have those additional carts, right? Alright, so, guys, that's what we're gonna, decide tonight, is who's gonna absorb that cost. And since the mayor and the finance department are recommending that we go with option 4, I do think that's probably the best option on behalf of everybody. But, I mean, we can discuss it, talk about it.
Well, I was just looking at the 100%. But I mean, the finance department and the mayor and everybody else is good with it, and I guess I'm good with option 4 too, but, you know, I'm looking at not costing the city money, but I don't wanna push all the cost to all the citizens, but we'd have to do that to get the green.
Yeah, and then also too, just keep in mind, every time, because we don't have a choice of whether or not we have the increase. We only have a choice of whether or not who's gonna pay for the increase. In the past few times that there has been an increase, the city has absorbed the cost.
And here's where I stand on it, since we're losing money on the garbage, I mean, we're losing money on it. You know, I respect the mayor and the finance department's, you know, option number 4, but also, you know, looking at option 3, option 4 really doesn't fix the problem, it shifts it. It places the heavier burden on those with additional carts.
But keep in mind, it's an additional card.
Yeah.
And you also have a choice of whether or not you want to have the additional card.
I just think that we need to align the rates across the board instead of just making the one
Yeah.
group of people
But it's not-
absorb the cost.
But it's not fair to the people who have one cart to absorb additional costs for people who want additional carts. That's what,
And you haven't been charging that properly, where even covering our cost
Yeah.
for the additional part.
so just keep in mind, this cost increase is for additional carts.
With option 4, what is the loss for the city on the garbage project? How much will we still be absorbing?
So one thing that was the new information that was brought forth is our apartment complexes are charged per unit by the first part price. So there is we do break even on each one of the options now, if we factor in the apartment.
Okay, but we still don't wanna, I just have an issue with spreading the increase across the board when the increase is for additional carts per home. If that
Well,
makes
no,
sense.
they went up 3% on everything, it was across the board, they went up.
Yeah,
3%.
I know,
What
but
are they
the,
saying for each card?
but the biggest, the biggest increase, but,
Because you had
yeah.
been charging.
exactly. And we don't wanna, you can't break it up evenly. You see what I'm saying? You can't take the increase and divide it amongst how many citizens we have and then pass that increase.
No, because we got 490 people that aren't even being charged.
Yeah.
So,
And can we,
agreed, but
So,
the clarification on that for them not being charged, do you have the clarification, Cassie, why they're not being charged? Because I know we have new council members that weren't here when we went through the garbage contract and stuff.
Exemptions are typically income-based. It's an indigent status type of situation. They do have to file with us each year, provide certain documentation to prove that they fit that criteria for exemption.
so what is the other thing that plays into that, decision besides income? Does age have anything to do with it? Just income?
It's just based on income,
and you said the housing authority,
yes.
so no one in the housing authority is charged.
They send us, forms each year as they, change tenants or anything like that, they send us a new form.
But does the housing authority pay? Like, do they have a contract with the trash company?
Not that I'm aware of.
So maybe that's something we need to look into, cause I even remember when it's the same thing with the utility company. I remember when, a few years ago, we had that storm and everybody in the housing authority lost power. We couldn't call the power company because technically we're not a customer of the utility boards, the housing authority is. So maybe they have their own agreement. I don't know. Just see if that's the case. You may need to reach out to Sam and ask him, because it is the same but different. So are we prepared to vote on this tonight? Are you guys still unsure? Do you have some more questions? Because whether or not we decide this, we still have to vote on the increase. We have to pay the increase. We just have to decide, are we gonna absorb it or are we gonna pass it on to the residents? But we still have to pay GFL the increase, no matter what.
Well, I think we can vote on
I think we can vote on it.
Okay,
Great.
alright.
Council President, if I may, is there an option so that we can have the resolution?
I'm good with 4. So are you guys wanting to go another way? I mean, we've had this couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'm good with 4.
I'm in line with 4.
Lauren?
Yeah, four's,
And Mayor, you're agreeing too? Alright, looks like we're, voting on option 4. Alright, thanks, guys. Alright. So no more old business, on to new business, discussion that is necessary by, representatives from Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Talladega County Chapter for introduction to the organization and impact work being performed within the Sylacauga community. So welcome tonight, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority.
Good evening. On behalf of our national president, Soror Cheryl Turner, and on behalf of our local chapter president, Soror Angela McKenzie, I am Gloria Bowie. I am the vice president of the chapter. And first of all, these are just a few members of our sorority. We'd like to thank you for allowing us time on the agenda tonight just to introduce ourselves to the council, to the city, and let you know some of the work that we're doing here in the county. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated was founded on January 13, 1913 at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Our founders were 22 visionary collegiate women who believed in using their education and collective voice to promote social change. Delta Sigma Theta is a nonprofit public service organization whose primary purpose is to provide assistance and support throughout established programs in local communities throughout the world. Our core values include scholarships, sisterhood, service, and social action, and you will hear those things throughout this presentation. Delta women are committed to empowering communities, particularly in areas such as education and youth development, economic empowerment, health and wellness, political awareness and civic engagement, and international awareness and involvement. Our sorority has grown to over 350,000 initiated members worldwide. We have more than 1,000 collegiate and alumni chapters across the United States and internationally. Through our chapters, we provide scholarships, mentoring, college readiness programs, health initiatives, and community outreach. Talladega County Alumni Chapter, TCAC, was chartered on May 10, 1977 by 21 visionary members of the sororities whose collective commitment laid the foundation for a distinguished legacy. Their dedication inaugurated the sustained tradition of sisterhood, scholarship, service, and social action, through which TCAC continues to uplift and serve the Childersburg, Sylacauga, Talladega, Lincoln, and Winterboro communities in alignment with the sorority's mission. Throughout the Talladega County area, TCAC has conducted numerous voter registration drives. We've held fun day activities in our communities. We have partnered with SAFE in the south end of the county and agencies in the north end of the county, assisting families during the holidays and other designated times. And we have organized mentoring programs for the youth in our communities. These are just a few of the initiatives that our alumni chapter has undertaken. One of our proudest traditions is supporting young people in Talladega County through mentoring and scholarships. To that end, over the past 5 years, TCAC has awarded over $12,000 in scholarships to students here in the Sylacauga area. That's B.B. Comer, Sylacauga High, and Fayetteville. Countywide, we have distributed over $51,000 in scholarships. This effort substantiates our commitments to youth and education. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Inc. stands on a legacy of service, leadership, and excellence. We remain committed to building stronger communities, empowering future leaders, and making a lasting impact, one program, one student, one family at a time. As we move forward, we look to partnering with you in fostering other impactful programs in our community. Are there any questions you guys have of us?
I don't have any questions, but thank you so much, Ms. Bowie, for coming to just give us this information. I said, as an organization that plays a big role in our community, like, we really do appreciate you guys, especially when we look out and see all of, some of our former educators and people that, we grew up looking up to, so it does make a difference. And hopefully y'all can just send us y'all schedule, like if you get an annual schedule, we can start making it a part of the mayor's update when he gives us updates.
We appreciate
So
that.
people will know what you guys got going on out in the community, and maybe, just try to encourage some more people to help get involved.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for allowing us time on the agenda tonight.
Well, thank you, and hopefully, I think we should get a picture just to get some recognition, you know what I'm saying, with you guys, and just let you know how much we appreciate you coming out. Especially since you got so many people to come out and join you tonight. The mayor got his nice coat on, some clear. You can stand in the front. You know, how you doing? It's so good to see you. So good to see you in the front. Thank you. I know. Thank you guys. Thank y'all. Thank you.
I love the red.
Thank you.
It's pretty.
How you doing?
John, you're fine. Come on up. Here. Okay, here we go.
Who do we look at? I don't know, everybody. $1 million question.
All right, now it's my turn. 1, 2, 3, and one more to make sure everybody's eyes are open. 1, 2, 3.
Let me grab one.
Thank you, ladies, for coming. Thank you so much.
What do you think?
Oh, wait, Chelsea wants one.
You okay? It's not about you, Cass.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you ladies are more than welcome to stay, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Next on the agenda is discussion that is necessary by Executive Director Laura Strickland for Chamber of Commerce updates. You doing all right tonight, Ms. Laura?
Thank you. Okay, put these readers on, you know, when you get older, this is what happens, Tim. Okay, thank you, for allowing me to be here tonight to share with you. I've provided each of you with a folder, a gray folder. In that folder is, a copy of the information that I'm gonna share with you. And then there's an additional packet that is a save the date packet, as well as a couple of other documents that I'll reference. So that's for your pleasure reading when you have nothing else to do. So, but again, thank you for the opportunity to share an update on the work of the Sylacauga Chamber of Commerce. I always appreciate a chance to step back and not only talk about what we're doing, but how the work is directly aligned with our partnership with the city and the impact that we are working to create together. And you can flip through as I go through. I did a PowerPoint, but it's what's printed in front of you. At its core, this is truly a partnership. Everything we do at the Chamber is centered around strengthening Sylacauga, our economy, our workforce, and our quality of life. We see our role as a connector, a convener, and a catalyst, bringing together business, education, government, and community partners to move our city forward. As a part of our agreement with the city, we have 20 specific deliverables. Rather than walk through all of those one by one, I've grouped them into 5 key areas that better reflect how this work shows up in real life. Economic development, business support, marketing, events, and workforce. Because in practice, these things don't operate in silos, they work together. This is something I'm especially proud of. Our work is not reactive, it's intentional. Our contract defines what we deliver. Our strategic plan defines where we're going. And our plan of work defines what we're doing right now. When those 3 things are aligned, that's where the real impact happens. Our strategic plan, which you have a copy of in the additional packet of documents that I shared with you. Our strategic plan is built around 6 pillars that guide everything we do. Leadership, economic development, business climate, quality of life, marketing, and organizational excellence. This is our long-term vision, how we are intentionally building the future of Sylacauga. We recently held our board retreat and spent the day focusing on our mission and vision and refining our strategic plan through the year 2028. We also, on that same day, worked on our annual plan of work, which is where that strategy that I just shared with you comes to life. This includes initiatives like our workforce efforts, including job fairs and employer engagement, our partnership in the Earth Project, leadership development programs, and our work supporting both new and existing businesses. These are active, ongoing efforts, not just ideas. And in addition to that, I did want to share with you, as I mentioned, leadership. Our program continues strong, and each year I wonder if we're going to continue to have the same participation as the previous year. But I'm proud to say this year we have 21 participants from 19 different business and industry and organizations. We also have a youth leadership program called our Diplomats. These students represent all of the high schools in our area, or the opportunity is offered to all of the students, juniors and seniors at our south end of the county high schools. And we just conducted interviews for those last week. And I heard the comments about how encouraging it was and amazing these students are. I think, Nicole, we had 30 applicants, is that correct? And she really would love to take all 30. There's a lot of issues we have to consider as far as transportation and cost associated with that. So she might end up with 30, and we'll just figure that out. It's hard to say no to such promising students. We've also reestablished our Leadership Sylacauga alumni program, and we look forward to that growing and strengthening. What's important, and what I want you to clearly see, is that every part of our plan of work ties directly back to both our strategic plan and our contract with the city. We're not just checking boxes, we are intentionally executing work that creates long-term value. In the area of economic development, we are actively working to recruit new businesses, support industrial development, and collaborate with partners at the local, regional, and state levels. We're consistently at the table, ensuring Sylacauga is positioned for opportunity. We have very effective working relationships with both the Talladega County Economic Development Authority / Industrial Development Board and the Commercial Development Authority. We're proud of the progress and collaboration with both organizations and what the end result has been for Sylacauga and our region. We also work closely with 2 other chambers of commerce in our county, Childersburg Area Chamber and the Talladega Lincoln Munford Chamber. We currently host the Industry Advisory Alliance quarterly to provide updates in the workforce development arena to our region's employers, and that's a collaborative effort between the other 2 chambers and us. We have actively been used as a model for our collaboration at the state level. At the same time, we place a strong emphasis on our existing businesses, supporting those businesses, helping them grow, solve challenges, and stay competitive is one of the most important things we can do for long-term economic stability. We're continuously acting as an advocate for them at the local and state level. We are providing tools to strengthen their business through workshops and training. Retention is equally as valuable, if not more, than recruitment. At the same time, we place a strong emphasis, and I apologize, that is repeating exactly what I just said. As the tourism arm, in referencing marketing and promotions, as a tourism arm for the Sylacauga region, we have a story to tell, and it's a great story. And we're continually looking for new avenues for funding and spreading the Sylacauga message. This is probably one of the areas where we face the greatest challenge financially, because it is not inexpensive to market and promote, but I think with the funding that we have and the resources we have, we are doing an excellent job at that. And social media and the internet have allowed us the ability to get a greater reach with all of that. And you'll see that in marketing and promotion, our year in review, you'll see what our reach has been through our website and through our social media platforms, and we're very proud of those. Our events and community efforts play a bigger role than people sometimes realize. They support small businesses, drive activity, and contribute to a strong sense of community, which ultimately impacts economic development and workforce attraction. We strive to create an environment where people want to live, work, and raise a family. Recently, in the area of workforce and talent development, which is an area where I have really a strong passion towards, I completed a Workforce and Talent Development Fellowship through the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives, along with 19 other representatives from across the country. We are all facing the same workforce challenges. I chose the area of childcare for my focus of my fellowship. A startling statistic, and I really wanted to stress this to you all. It was something that I didn't realize till I completed the fellowship. There are challenges that face us in workforce development and getting people into the workforce. While we have a small unemployment number, our workforce participation rate is not where it needs to be. We have a large number of people in the workforce in our county that are able to work that are not working. And that's due to different challenges. Some of those are by choice, but some of them are not. And one of those challenges or obstacles is childcare. In Talladega County, we have 4,900 children under the age of 5. We only have 1,700 licensed spaces for childcare of those 4,900 children. That's horrible. We have got to do better. And that's only 35% of the children in our county that have a place for childcare. If all of those children, 4,900, needed childcare, we could not ever accommodate them. And we have parents, both men and women, who are both working in the homes. We have single parents, whether that's just a father or mother. We have grandparents that are raising grandchildren. And so we've got to do better. And this is not just in Talladega County. This is not just in the state of Alabama. This is nationwide. In my group of 20 fellowship participants, there were 4 of us that chose childcare. So that just proves to you what a relevant issue it is. So how is the Sylacauga Chamber going to play a role in this? We will be hosting a series of workshops in partnership with Earth, SAFE, and the G Alpha Earth program for individuals interested in pursuing ownership as a child care provider. Not only do we need compassionate and quality child care, but we need to provide these entrepreneurs with the tools to run a successful business. We want them to be in business for the long haul. Childcare is just one of the obstacles facing our workforce, but our role is to find a way to eliminate this as one of the obstacles to finding gainful employment. In addition to childcare and addressing those in the area of workforce and talent development, we are very prideful in connecting the Sylacauga region both near and far to opportunities. I mentioned earlier the Industry Advisory Alliance. We also are in the process of creating the Educator Workforce Academy, where we will be taking educators from our schools into the workplace to actually see what happens at Bluebell, or what happens in an insurance office, or what happens even here potentially at City Hall. We also serve throughout our staff, we all serve on career tech advisory boards at all of our area schools. We are a member of the Economic Development Association of Alabama and are involved in programming through that organization. I mentioned the Workforce and Talent Fellowship, and then we also conduct hiring fairs twice a year in Sylacauga. And then, for instance, Thursday, we are participating with the other 2 chambers for a private hiring fair for the Domtar employees that are affected by that plant closing. So those are some of just a few of our workforce and talent development initiatives. Well, none of this can be possible without an organization and a staff. And I'm real excited to have 2 of our staff members here tonight. I have Nicole Rudd, who is our Community and Membership Relations Coordinator. You can stand up. And then we have Renee Osborne, who is our Office Administrator. And she wears a lot of hats. So we all take on a lot of different roles to make all of this happen within our organization. And they are a dedicated team focused on execution. Our goal is not to just plan, but to follow through in a way that reflects well on the city and delivers results. In order to achieve and deliver our strategic plan and plan of work, we have to have an adequate staff. This is an area where I will be exploring in 2026 how we can effectively plan and grow our staff. So how do we put all of this impact into action? I mentioned to you hiring fairs, our relationship with other organizations such as Earth, business engagement, community events. And I want to highlight that this work is not theoretical, that we're seeing it in action, whether it's workforce initiatives like our hiring events, our involvement with Earth, the Earth Project, or our community events. These efforts are making a difference in real time. At the end of the day, everything we do is aligned with the priorities of the city. That's economic growth, workforce stability, business retention, and quality of life. And we see ourselves as an extension of that work. So looking ahead, at the end of the day, everything we do, as I shared, is aligned with all of these priorities of the city. And that includes equipping future leaders, strengthening partnerships, innovation and incubation of business and industry, recruitment and retention of business and industry, effective communication. I can't stress that enough. We need to grow our organization, and we want to make the Sylacauga region a point of interest beyond our city limits. You also see our vision, and it ties all this together, creating a stronger workforce, thriving business community, growing, evolving, and leading Sylacauga forward. Our vision of the chamber is igniting the future. As I close, I wanted to stress that we do take all of this very seriously, the trust that you place in us through this partnership. Our commitment's not only to fulfill the terms of our agreement, but to maximize the impact of that investment for the city of Sylacauga. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to continuing our partnership moving forward. Some of you have heard me share this quote before, and it just never gets old. This is a profound quote by Helen Keller. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. And I hope that we will all keep this tucked away as we look ahead for all that we want for the Sylacauga region. Do any of you have any questions for me about any of the work that we're doing, programs, events at the chamber?
I don't have any, but Laura, I just want to thank you and your team for all you have done. I think I'm in my 10th year here, and I think every year I watch you grow. And we couldn't be more fortunate and more proud to have you as our representative for the chamber. I think we're going to change your slogan to finding what the demand is and figuring out a way to supply it.
Well, thank you. We love a challenge, and we're constantly looking for opportunities to provide service and growth to our region, and specifically to Sylacauga.
Thank you. I'm telling you, Earth is gonna be very fortunate to have you as a partner as well. Like, I'm looking forward to what the future holds for Sylacauga. I do have a question. I always have a question.
Yeah, please, yes.
When you people join the chamber, say, I know you represent, Sylacauga, but say there's something in Talladega County, like say Childersburg has a business that we don't have. Do they have an option to join too?
They do. They do, and we do have a lot of, I won't say a lot, but we do have opportunities where if a Childersburg business calls us to join, we also encourage them to become a partner with the Childersburg Area Chamber. And we've had joint ribbon cuttings. We don't put any geographical boundaries. We actually have some members in Chelsea. And so
I didn't know that. I'm glad I asked. I almost didn't ask that question. I said, Laura's gonna think I'm crazy.
Yeah, we get calls on a daily basis about inquiring about membership. In fact, Thursday, we have a ribbon cutting for a business, Talladega County Plumbing, that's correct, right? And they don't have a brick and mortar, so we're hosting a ribbon cutting at the chamber. And we love stories like this when they have family that brought them back to Sylacauga to care for aging parents. And so that was his skill set, and he and his wife have this plumbing business, and that's, we love to entertain and be a partner and help support any business, whether it is a brick and mortar or a home-based business, so, or anywhere that they're located. So we just, we have great participation. We have members from Alex City, They have members from Sylacauga and Alex City. We do have a program where if you are a member of your home-based, wherever your brick and mortar is or corporate office is, for instance, in Alex City, if you come and join the Sylacauga Chamber, we do provide you with a discount if you are already a member of your home community chamber. Because that's important for us. We want them to support their home before they come to us. We're honored that they want to have us as a partner, but we also want them to support their home chamber.
That's nice, and I'm pretty sure the surrounding chambers, they appreciate that as well.
Well, and that's all part of working together. I did want to make sure that you're aware in your packet of the save the dates. On April the 22nd, we are hosting an economic development workshop. We're providing that at no charge. It's a half-day professional development. We hope that you will take an opportunity to attend that. That's one of our services that we're providing to you as the council, to the department heads. Mayor Hubbard and I have been speaking on this a lot in detail. We have a presenter coming in from Texas, and this is her expertise, Alicia Cook with a company called Opportunity Strategies. And she is going to be giving us Economic Development 101. And I'm really excited to have Alicia here in our community and share this professional development opportunity with you, we're inviting schools, realtors, entrepreneurs, and as well as other elected officials from our county to come as well.
Thank you, Laura.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is, it's an amendment discussion, only discussion that is necessary by Mayor Matthew Hubbard regarding the state of the city. It's moved to the next meeting on April 21st, 2026. Okay, yeah, Cassie did tell us that, but this had already, went out, so.
Hey, Madam President, I have a question about housing authority and garbage pickup. Sam text asking that question. He says, through the housing authority, they only pay for garbage pickup if they have an extra can. There's only a few that have extra cans, and garbage pickup is part of their utility allowance.
So they probably, I think the question was, the housing authority probably does pay for trash. And that just means the housing authority is the customer and not the residents, just like with the utility board. That's what I was thinking.
So they are not a part of this number.
Each resident should be the organization.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. So, because the way it's set up, it's just like with the utility board, you pay your utilities to the housing authority. The housing authority has to have their own contract with the utility board and the trash company. So I
they're not
thought,
part of this number. They're not a part of this number.
You know, because they're federally regulated,
So-
so they've got different.
yeah, so even if they were to be increased, it wouldn't go to those residents, it would go to the housing authority. Because the housing authority is the customer, not the residents. Does that make, am I confused?
I'm just making sure that these residential numbers that we are,
Now, for the additional cans, they will have an increase for the ones that requested an additional can. They have to pay for their own additional can. They're provided with one.
what I'm hearing you say is the housing authority has their own GFL contract for their residents. That's what I'm hearing.
No, that's not what we're saying.
So I think, you know, this is just having this conversation on the surface right now. I would imagine that the invoice for that, goes to the housing authority, straight to the city. We only deal with the housing.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Thanks, Mayor Hubbard. All right, and and we understand number 5 is being moved to next meeting. All right, so number 6, discussion that is necessary by Human Resource Specialist Jane McGee regarding social media policies for the employees and for the elected officials. Hey, Jane, how you doing tonight?
Great, how are y'all doing?
Good.
Righty.
So we asked you to, be here tonight, to go over the social media policy that you had implemented on behalf of the city. I'm trying to find my paperwork.
While you're looking, I've got something.
So this is existing policies, correct?
It hasn't, this hasn't been adopted yet, Jane. This is just what we paid for.
It's not
Yeah, it hasn't been adopted.
Adopted yet.
This is for, we need to take a look at it and discuss it. This is what we paid for. So is this it, Jane? This,
No, no, y'all got it through Cassie. This is just something else that I wanted to present as part of the policy. This is the legal authority. These are law cases involving social media issues of other places that you might find interesting.
so we have it in front of us. So Jane, you wanna give us an overview so we can just dive into this and tell us what we actually got in our hands?
Which one do you want to start with? We've
The
got-
one on top is the social media policy for elected officials.
Yeah. Okay, basically, we did go over this back in the first quarter of 2025, and where we pretty much left it, there were some notes and some back and forth. We had 2 meetings. Basically, I think really with this one, we just need to tweak it. I think the newcomers, though, y'all need to really look at this, and I don't know if you really had time to read both of these policies. This policy is about 5 pages. It's pretty detailed, related to the elected and appointed officials. One of the things I do remember we talked about is we were gonna remove the appointed. Y'all didn't like that? No. Again, we're gonna start fresh since we got some new folks, so whatever you guys, I would recommend that you all review it again, because some time has passed. And we tweak it.
Let me ask this, Jane. Yeah, so does this basically say that we're allowed to do our city business through our personal page? Do we have to have an official, elected official page?
I think there's certain areas that you really need to focus. I mean, basically, yes, there's some accountability here, but also I think I'd focus on page 1 with the government speech doctrine. I think that's an important paragraph that y'all need to be familiar with. And, see if I can find something to tell you.
I have a question. How does this align with state code, like the state of Alabama code and the Constitution?
Well, throughout this policy, we've got little footnotes of other law and cases and Alabama codes all through it. This is why I'm saying y'all may want to take the time to really look at this, because that is already in these policies, in this particular one that we're talking about now, okay? I want to explain a little bit about that government speech doctrine and just help you understand what it is. Basically, what it means in a nutshell is that the city council cannot pass an ordinance that conflicts with state law, which is where you're coming from probably. Alabama statute 11-343-81 gives the mayor the authority to appoint and discipline, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. I'm sorry, never mind. Beg your pardon. But anyway, it basically means that you, being a government entity, you can dictate, you can close off comments. You have certain rights being a government entity and when you post on social media, okay? You can block comments, you can do that, but again, there's a lot of details in here that I would look at before we move forward.
You say you can block comments and post comments?
It's got this all through here. Now, I'm not recommending you do that. It's just a policy of what you can and can't, recommendations of what you can and cannot do.
So this is the, so the stuff that we paid for, this is what we paid for. This is what they gave you.
This is one of 2 policies for the elected officials.
I got another question.
Okay?
Was there any policy in place before?
Not in our handbook, no.
So there's nothing that has been adopted?
Never, as far as my knowledge, in my almost 11 years here, there's not been anything.
Okay, in this, let me ask you this. In this is the one for elected officials. Whatever we decide to do, if we decide to adopt a policy, who gives out the punishment if you don't follow the rules?
You know, that's a great question. okay? And again, I would read it, and that's something, because the first thing that comes to my mind would be the Ethics Commission, but I mean, it's your policy set for your council, for your elected officials, so
So if
that's
we,
something y'all need to
so, yeah, cause that's what I
discuss.
was gonna say, if it's our policy, if this is something we can legally implement, then there should be a certain group or authority who's responsible for upholding this within the city.
Again, well, within the city, I don't know.
Would be the state
Ethics Commission.
Yeah, the ethics
It'd be the
commission,
Ethics Commission.
and it would be, I mean, this is kind of like common sense as an elected official, like, I mean, it's really something that we should take up on our own versus having to
Yeah.
create a whole policy for it, and it's great, I'm not,
Yeah, and also I would like to take time to really digest this, talk to other municipalities, really talk to the League of Municipalities. I'm not ready to even discuss this next week.
I think you should. I really do, because it's just nothing to take lightly. A lot of lawsuits out there nowadays with social media.
I got another question too, James, probably gonna be a crazy question. Is there an invoice for this?
We've already paid for this.
I know it, but I just wanna see what we, like, I just wanna see what it looks like.
Okay, I'll have to get with the county and
Yeah, just see
get
what
it
we
sent to
can,
you.
just, let's see what that, cause I think, how much was this? I think it was like $12,000.
no,
No.
1,500, I wanna say
It was
around.
it was under $800, and I think one of them was, does that sound about right? One of them was about 300, and one of them was about a little over 700.
So,
Yeah.
Okay,
so around 1,500 total, that's
alright.
what I remember.
I'm not as overwhelmed as I was then, thank
Okay,
you.
good. I'm glad I checked that.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Alright,
Okay, so the next one is the,
the one for the employee digital social media policy.
Yes. Let me say this, though. Mark Fettelholtz, the gentleman who wrote these, he's been in social media policy, an attorney for 33 years. He knows his stuff. He's not he's out of Florida, but he does a lot of states, a lot of municipalities. So he does know his stuff, so,
is that who wrote this?
yes. Yeah. Now, again, this one's a little more detailed, there's a lot more meat in this one. You've got
Hey,
it
Mayor,
there.
have you had a chance to take a look at this one for the employees?
I just started today.
Okay.
But,
Yeah,
Alright,
we haven't had a chance to sit down and discuss it, but we will.
okay, and, yeah, cause I already have a lot of questions, but I mean, there's no point in asking them or getting into this since we hadn't even,
that's,
Hey, we need a little time to digest it.
I know, and I feel so much, but I don't know where I got that dollar amount from. I was like, I didn't know this.
Well, let me remind you about this too. We do have a training piece that we did pay for a portal. It's $19 per employee to do that. We haven't implemented that yet because we want to get the policy out of the way.
So that means there will be some accountability, okay,
Yeah,
alright.
on the employee side, but I think you guys should take the class as well,
Mhm.
you know? Okay,
there's a timing component to this because, we do like the website. Some of this may impact how we want to channel or funnel information, procedure.
Mhm.
So understanding this on both of them, before we
Mm.
start jumping off into that, I think we'll make a better informed decision. Put it that way.
And we may have to just take some time, like after everybody's had a chance to go over this, we may have to just take 1 hour just for this, just to go over this.
yeah,
Alright, so I'm gonna put this here, okay. Alright, so we're all in agreement, we're just gonna take this and then we'll schedule some time, maybe just 1 hour just for that, after we've all had a chance to go over, read it, and get all of our questions answered. So probably in a month, maybe a month from now, Cassie.
I think that would be, that's ideal.
Alright? Thanks, Jane. And the next one is yours to, discussion that is necessary by Human Resource Specialist Jane McGee regarding potential policy revision of department head appointment.
okay. There are a couple of revisions that I understand we're looking at revising. And basically, I'm just gonna try to keep it really simple, okay? I'm talking about, and I think you got the pages from the handbook, 1.81, that's the chapter that's general provisions. And then the chapter 8, which is staffing. Basically, in 1.81, appointing authority, the city council in the case of department heads, okay? What the recommendation is, to keep it simple, is the mayor, in the case of department heads, is the appointing authority unless otherwise provided by law.
Why can't we just spell it out? Why can't we just say the council, who the council is responsible for? Cause I think that's the issue,
Okay.
it needs to say it, because that is a state law.
Well, we can,
But I also have some, the civil service board rules have not changed. Those will also have to change, so it's us, by us changing this policy.
But we're going by state law, Laura.
Oh, no, I
Yeah,
know,
state
but-
law says that we, and that's another thing.
this is in the act.
Yeah,
This is in the act, that's what I'm trying to figure out. The act states one thing,
The-
and we're
the
changing
act
it to state
states-
another.
Basically, it states that
but we have to follow the law though.
the law is, the act is a law, and it states that the council appoints the city clerk.
That's, stop right there, Judge. This is what I
Isn't that
want.
what you want?
Yeah, that word right there, appoint and hire.
Okay.
So, I think too that causes some confusion too. Because the three that we are responsible for, they are appointments. And if y'all remember, even when we first came in, one of the first things we did, we reappointed the police chief, the fire chief, and we had to decide, we got the situation going on with the city clerk.
But do you, and this is just me speaking as the District 5 representative, I'm concerned that we need to ask the Civil Service Board to change their rules, because their rules, they may have discussed it, but their rules never changed. I checked with them, they didn't know this was on our agenda for tonight, to see if their rules had changed, because their rules specify and lay out one thing.
What rules, I mean,
It's
what do you
section
specifically, okay?
It's section 5.2 and 5.3 of the Civil Service Board rules establish that appointing authority and candidate selection are governed by the Civil Service Board in accordance with rules and regulations. Therefore, the council doesn't have direct authority to make changes to their rules. But the rules state that we are responsible for appointing department heads. So therefore, I'm saying that we need to request for them to change their rules as well if we're changing ours.
I don't think that'd be an issue because
Yeah.
this decision is coming from
Right.
Judge Ramsey.
Right.
It was Judge Ramsey who referenced the Coachman case. It said this question was settled when Coachman was decided.
But then,
So that shouldn't be an issue.
page 5.1 of their rules, I mean, it's just, it says something different in their rules, and our rules should align.
Laura, I think they're gonna have to figure that out, because we gotta follow the law.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But, I mean, but they were not aware of this. There's also a matter of an active litigation, and it would be very inappropriate to us to take any action that could be perceived as influence the outcome of that case concerning.
well, I don't, because we keep talking about, and I think in all the meetings, we keep saying, we keep doing things the wrong way. We have to fix it. We do have
I mean,
to
I
fix
agree,
it, and we
it has
have to
to be.
have it in writing. And this would be like, once we fix this, it's not gonna be like retroactive. What has happened has happened. It doesn't matter what we say about the current litigation. It don't matter what any of us say or any of us do. We're still being sued.
Well, it is still part of the civil service
Right.
record.
Yeah.
And it does, this case does have a bearing on the civil service rules.
But this still has to be changed, and it has to be specified who hires or who appoints who. Like, we do have to change this, and I mean, we don't have to change it tonight, but it does need to be,
I see where Jane's coming from. The law actually states
Yeah, I mean, I get,
It
yeah, I'm
does.
not coming after you, Jane, with this.
No,
I'm just-
no.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't think she's taking
I'm
it.
not
I'm not, I'm very good, and I think we could move forward with this if y'all decide you want to, but I think we just need to nail down what the verbiage is gonna be. No. But that, you're right, thank you for that,
mean,
I
it
was,
does
we were
say
trying to make
that
it
whose
simpler.
appointment is not otherwise provided for by the law is a part of the code.
Yeah, it is
That
part of the
in there.
code.
So by us removing that, we're taking away from what the code says. Now, I realize that Rumsey, who is the person over he's the administrator of the Civil Service Board, he is not an elected official and he's not our city attorney, correct? So, from that perspective, I mean, I appreciate Scott and Coachman, but I like to stand on the code. And the code is what I would want to make sure we write a policy that is in line with the code, unless the code has changed, and I don't think it's changed. Has it changed? Yeah? Has the code changed? No.
I just don't want the perception that we're influencing the outcome of a current litigation by changing this in the middle of it.
I don't
see how you can.
I don't either, that's what I'm saying, I don't even think, I don't think anybody was even thinking about that, I'm just trying to have better practices, just make sure we're doing things
I don't think it's
according to
gonna
the law.
matter.
Yeah, I don't think that matters anyway.
I mean, I know you seem to feel really strongly about it, but I really don't think that's gonna matter. It's just an employee handbook that we're talking about,
Yeah.
And also too, that case that's at hand, I mean, that's at the mercy of the courts, like, I mean, we don't have a say so of what's gonna happen next anyway.
But I also would like for us to request the Civil Service Board to officially change their rules. That's all I'm requesting with this, is that their rules change to align with ours, since actually they do supersede our rules.
Cassie, is the Civil Service Board on our email list? As far as getting, alright, well, maybe they need
So
to
how
be a
does that
part of
happen?
this too.
How do we need to make that happen?
I can communicate to them, it's not a problem.
The request, because we've asked for rule changes in the past, and I think you sent a letter to them on behalf of the mayor, or.
But I think the mayor's
request for a rule
your
change.
liaison to the Civil Service Board, so. Alright,
Alright,
thank
you.
go ahead, hold on, Tim got something.
So basically, for me reading this, I might be wrong. You're wanting the mayor to be able to hire and fire department heads.
No,
No, that's not what it meant.
that is what.
Basically,
that's what I thought
it basically, the mayor hires all of the department heads except
Those
the
three.
city clerk, the fire, the police, and that's what that second part is, otherwise by law.
Yeah, I mean, and see, I don't have a problem with that as long as, and me and you just go explore, as long as those people meet those job requirements.
Yeah.
You know, that's written down, the city's got.
Right,
And other than that, I don't have a problem with it.
well, I'm glad to hear it. Anything else?
Cause that's been my argument, or my fuss and discussion I've had with some people in the city since I got here.
I understand.
But on record, let me just make sure I'm understood, the Civil Service Board rules do supersede any city rules.
They do.
Okay.
But not the law.
Now, your guidepost on this is gonna be your Alabama Supreme Court.
Right, right,
Which is
right.
Coach.
And that 1952 Act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we good?
So what he's referencing, Mr. Vincent's referencing, is someone that falls into the first category, which is a department head, other than police chief, fire chief, and city clerk, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. But we are gonna be discussing the city clerk job description next.
Mhm.
So, we can
Okay,
discuss that.
thank you.
Alright, so next on the agenda is discussion that is necessary by city council regarding city clerk job description. I guess you didn't give us another one, Cassie?
Yes, ma'am. There was questions about the treasurer responsibilities and things, so you have one that is a job description highlighted in blue and green.
second page of that.
The same stuff? Jeez, I got so many papers.
So it starts with the minutes.
Is it in the package?
Yeah, it's in here. It's in the packet that has the little sticky.
Oh, little tabs?
Little tabs, yeah, it's in that little big packet.
I don't have a,
Oh, there it
Okay, it's in your, on your left hand. No, your right hand. Other left.
my other left.
is. I'm one of the little tabs on.
I'm,
I'll say it too.
alright.
There it is. Mine was here too.
Thank everybody. Okay. And the issue with this was, I think, my biggest issue is what the job is actually called, because the treasurer part isn't listed in the job description title. And what you're saying, Cassie, is basically the same difference, because the job description is spelling out the treasurer duties. But I could have sworn that we changed this, because when you advertise it as just the city clerk, to me, it does come off as misleading.
Because it is two separate responsibilities, technically. We just combined them.
But they've always been combined, we're not
Oh, yeah,
combining them.
that's nothing new, no, I'm just saying the city of Sylacauga combined them years ago, but it is technically two different jobs that's been combined.
And prior to the adoption in '22, it was a 2008 job description, and it was city clerk, but it didn't have the treasurer.
I don't think it ever has. John, where are you? John, has it ever had city clerk treasurer on it?
I don't remember.
John?
That's too many years ago for me to remember.
And I could be wrong, and I mean, I've been wrong before, but I'm telling you, I really thought, cause we spent a lot of time on this and we changed it. And it was city clerk treasurer, because the conversation came up once before about splitting. And that's when we got the job description. Wendy, you remember?
I don't remember changing the job description from the way it is now.
But in the title, it was city clerk treasurer.
Well, the job description includes treasurer, although the title does not.
I don't find this misleading. It's got everything in the job
Yeah.
description that we want to
Well,
include, the services that
Well,
we need.
what will be so hard about just putting city clerk treasurer on it? Cause what you
I
read
think
here,
if we change anything in it, we still have to get it approved, right? Even if the title, you still have to go through the civil service board and everybody to get it approved, even if we change the title.
but everything in here says treasurer too.
Yeah.
If you read it.
But that's what the issue was in the title. But I'm telling you, we spent probably 3 meetings. You remember this, right?
Oh, I do.
I'm telling you.
Very
If
well.
y'all did, so where is the document that?
I don't know.
That's what you did.
Again, I don't know, well, I guess maybe I should just start saving all my papers for,
You
in
have,
3-year
I mean, I
increments.
think that's what this meeting, these meeting minutes are about, right?
Laura, when did you come in?
2020, I was elected. So I remember us, I feel like we spent many meetings on job descriptions. I felt like we kept.
But this one was one of the, more important ones.
Yeah, and this one, I remember the mayor sending us an email, the former mayor sending us an email about how important it was from a recommendation maybe from Auburn to remove the treasurer part out of the name. There was something with it. I don't remember exactly, because again, this was.
Yeah, but I guess until we find it, it ain't nothing we can do.
Yeah.
I know during the course of back and forth with that job
Yeah.
description, the interim city clerk at that time, which was Kim, had informed us that there was a 1960s ordinance that it had set it up then that the city council would appoint or designate a treasurer for the city. And that's how that position has always been hired, as a city clerk. And typically, every council has designated that city clerk as the treasurer, and that's how it becomes a hyphenated name.
Nah,
Can we rescind that ordinance? We have not rescinded it
I'm telling you, look,
I find that in the '60s ordinance.
unless we separate the job, you know. That's,
All right.
Separating of the job would require a whole lot more.
Yeah.
I'm,
Discussion.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to do that. And to be honest, I know a lot of people keep talking about it and saying we can't afford that right now.
If I can advise also, whatever considerations you are thinking about the job description, because the position is open and we have open applications, we can't change that job
Anyway,
description.
we can't change anything.
Until that's
Yeah.
closed.
gotcha. That
How many
makes sense.
applications have you guys received on it?
I'm not sure, Jane may be able to tell you, it just closed last week.
I'm sorry, probably between 10 and 15.
You said 22 or 15? Oh. Well, that's a good number.
Do we accept all, or do they have to meet the criteria? Do we accept anybody that wants to apply? 'Cause, I mean, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's a good question, Laura.
I'd have to look through that because sometimes I have to go to meetings or whatever, but I'm kind of glad you did bring that up, because I'll explain this to you. The understanding with the Civil Service Board is, in-house, I cannot tell anyone they're not qualified, but outside people, I can. But I'm gonna tell you this, I don't really feel comfortable with that, and this is what I did when people came in and they weren't qualified. I took the job description, I showed them the job description, and I explained to them what the qualifications were. And I said, I'm not gonna tell you you can't apply, because remember, we're an equal opportunity employer, okay?
Okay.
So I did that to protect us, so you're gonna have some that aren't qualified, I'm sure.
And you don't tell them that they can't apply.
I'm not gonna tell them that, that's just not a good idea.
So we pay for the testing for them even though they're not?
Yeah.
So at
I mean,
that point, did they not
that
do
could be
civil
another
service?
lawsuit.
Yeah. No, I get why you did, but so we still are responsible for paying for the testing material, even though they're not qualified technically for the job?
Whatever civil
But
service
choose to
board,
take it, yeah.
Why wouldn't they be interviewed, and if they don't meet the qualifications of the job description, the civil service would, through the interview,
Correct.
correctly
So you-
decline them from even moving forward, and then those people who qualify would
Yeah.
take a test.
You don't waste their time taking a test, and don't waste the civil
I'm
service.
sorry, I didn't mean to open this can of worms,
No,
but
no, I'm glad y'all
but
having
that-
this conversation.
that would make a lot more
We do
sense
here.
I
than
mean,
the
I
taxpayers
really think-
paying unqualified people.
I mean, I don't understand, I don't
You
know
know?
the civil service board's full job,
Yeah.
but they ought to look at it and say, no.
I mean, I understand what she's saying about equal.
They would like to be invited to test
We
once
also-
you're qualified, you know, you meet the qualifications, you know.
So I don't understand, I mean, I heard what Jane said, and I don't disagree with her.
Is that a policy
But-
written somewhere, Jane?
I'm sorry?
Is there a policy that states that any person that comes before the civil service takes the test whether they're qualified or not?
That policy, our handbooks from 1996, there's nothing in there. Taking it.
Well, I guess me and, I'm not the smartest person in the room, I would expect anybody to be able to fill out an application, and amongst the applications, they decide who would be invited or who would move to the next level to test, based on the qualifications from the application. Cause I don't think we can stop somebody from filling out an application,
Right.
but you don't have to grant everybody the opportunity to
Right.
test, based on whatever
Yeah.
information was
I mean, like
provided.
I put in for jobs before, and probably everybody in here has. And then, that human resource person sends you a thing about, hey, you did not make this qualification, so we're looking elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what do we need to do to make this
Well, that's the,
change?
Yeah.
we need to talk to the civil service board, request something with them.
Actually, we don't know what to request, cause we don't know, we're guessing, so we just need to ask them what the steps are, cause we don't know what to ask
And
for.
then we can request.
Yeah, we
or
can't request anything, cause we need to just ask them. Mayor, can you add that to your list to just see what the steps are as far as, I'm sorry.
Because I don't think it's fair to the taxpayers to pay for those tests for people who are not qualified for
I-
this position.
But we don't know yet, we're jumping the gun now, let's just see what the protocol is.
So I have a question. So let me make sure I understand, and maybe some of y'all don't understand it either, but the way we hire people as as anybody that comes to work for City Hall, they come in, they make application with Ms. McGee, and then those applications are then given to civil service, and civil service interviews them and gets it down to a,
They test them first, right, Jane? They test before they do the interviews.
Jane, can you come back up to the microphone, please?
maybe we need civil service to come here and meet with us at a work
All right.
session. Could we do that?
I don't know, we're gonna ask the expert.
Sorry, Matt.
I'll need that.
Thank you for that.
The public.
The Civil Service Board, one of their jobs is to make sure that we get the most qualified people. That's their number one job. I have no problem with the idea of they decide before you test. That's a good change. And I think they would be open to it.
Okay.
Okay, but that is their main responsibility to us.
Because I look at the accounts payable where we have the testing materials on there, we're paying for all these tests each time, we have an open position. And unqualified people for the position are taking it, and I think it's just not fair to the taxpayers to be responsible
I
for
think,
that
I
burden.
think I heard you.
I
I
know,
think I'll talk to her. I'll talk to Mr. Rumsey too.
thank you.
Okay? Anything else?
No, I think we just need
So when
to,
do they come back to, so we don't interview with them at all?
not with,
And the mayor
employees.
doesn't, I'm not talking we, but the mayor, so you don't interview anybody, you just, civil service does all that?
Not until they're sent to me. Not until anyone's sent to me, and that's basically gonna be, department head.
They send the top 3 names, right, and then in the civil service board rules, it states that the department heads are responsible for hiring their own people
So
within
they
their
do
department.
get a say in who they hire?
Yes, it's not just up to the mayor, the mayor's the department heads, though, is,
Okay.
And I see what you're saying, girl, that does make sense, just because the civil service board sends them 3 people, you still don't have to hire somebody out of the 3 people, they still have a say-so.
Okay.
I hope so.
That, if I may, just encourage y'all to think about how, like what our role is in this, on the recruitment side of it, and the PR side of it, and how we can have a positive impact on that whole process.
yeah.
And how would you like to see that improve?
Well, when we have, again, I'm going back to the website, PR, communications, and how we promote the city, same way within these departments and so forth. Getting that word out there and where we advertise these jobs, the league offers certain things, but that's the minimum. We can go above and beyond that. It's gonna cost a little more money, but the end result is a higher qualified applicant for each position.
And
You're
when
gonna
you're
have a
talking
larger
about, you're talking
pool
about
to
through
choose
the,
from.
so the medias that we all participate in, Indeed, and, ZipRecruiter and all those things.
We can't
Similar.
have any advertisements on those
But-
because the $1.50 application fee, and they have to give a physical copy of it, that's the way it is now.
But guys,
That goes back to policy and procedure.
Yeah.
but we also have to just remember our role too, like, we're getting over into somebody else's lane, we're getting over into another lane. It's one thing for us to understand how it works so we can explain it to somebody, or to just have somebody to send people to, just like when the website and stuff, becomes available. We just need to make sure, I think the mayor is saying, we just need to make sure that funding is in place, for the website, for the PR stuff, so on and so forth, so that we can send people over there to get that information, and we can just understand how things work, so we can explain it to people. But as far as us knowing who's gonna get hired, how many applications, and all that, I don't think that's my job.
But our job is to
We're
make sure
funding
that the
those
funding is
positions.
in the
We need
website.
to-
Yes,
And
for-
and that the
Yeah.
civil service is following protocols that allow us not to overspend money for testing when it's involved.
And so you would solve a lot of that if we stop the applicants that put an application in that don't meet the job criteria.
Right.
Before they go there.
But again, guys, remember, we're still up
I
here,
agree.
we're guessing right now, because Jane still didn't, explain the process. We need to know what their step-by-step process is.
It's in their rule book. It pretty much lays it out, doesn't it, Jane?
Well, maybe we should get a copy of that then and put it in front of us, because we're still up here saying, well, don't do this, don't do that, are they doing this, are they doing that? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying, until we understand what their process is, we don't know what's going on.
And we pay their salary, so I think it's okay for us to inquire what they do and how they do it too. That's part of our lane with funding them,
Perhaps we could ask that they come to a work session and
Yeah.
we discuss this with them here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we need to have it laid out, and any policy changes with their rules, would be a good time to discuss with them what we would like to see for the future.
All right, well, Mayor, that's another thing to add to your list.
Thank you, Mayor, I'm sorry.
Good stuff.
All right, so we're done with that one. Okay. All right. Next item, discussion that is necessary regarding, by Building Services Director Mike Weston regarding the annexation request for 36010 Sylacauga Highway, Sylacauga, Alabama, 35150, zone AG-1.
And I do apologize, Mr. Wetzel did inform me, and he was absolutely correct. We can't deliberate about an annexation before the public hearing, so this is just simply, we will be setting the public hearing.
All right, so, and it's on the agenda to just set the public hearing tonight? All right. Okay, next item, discussion that is necessary by Councilman, Vincent and Street Superintendent Dan Parrott regarding preventative road maintenance for sinkholes. Is Mr. Parrott here tonight? Welcome, Mr. Parrott, it's nice to finally meet you.
Greetings and salutations.
Hello, Mr. Parrott.
You doing all right tonight?
Oh, I couldn't complain.
All right. All right, Tim, this is you.
So, what me and the mayor and Dan's kinda going over and we're looking at is after the sinkhole fell in on Park Street. And, you got one that's just to fall in on Pine Crest right beside it.
Yep.
That's already fallen in.
It's over Monday Street, yeah.
Kinda looking at some other situation, the same thing happening, where the sinkholes are right by the roadway, and we're gonna lose that roadway. So we're trying to do some preventative stuff to stop the road from falling in. We're gonna try to hope, because, sinkholes are unpredictable anyway, but, we're gonna try to do some stuff. We got all the rock donated from Imries. The county, we're still working, with the county to, they're gonna help with some dump trucks. Con Equipment is, gonna help with the, concrete. And, we're just gonna try to do some preventive stuff to save the city and the taxpayers' money, try to keep the road from falling in. This is where this all stemmed from.
I mean, it's prevention that we need. I see it a lot in my district particularly, and I know with Tim's as well.
Well, just so everybody understands, when you say the word preventative, when you talk about a sinkhole, I mean, I've lived here most of my adult life, so, and I've seen sinkholes all that, I'm sure a lot of you have. It's more of an improvement. You can't prevent sinkholes. When they get ready to go, they're gonna go, okay? It happens because water is, underneath the rock strides. So, what I've seen happen, before I stepped into the road over the years is you have a sinkhole, you fill it up. It sinks, you fill it up. You keep doing that and eventually, hopefully, the material reaches the bedrock and then it actually starts filling up. And then you can put a structure over it and whatnot. Sort of kind of like what's going on in Park Street. And so, we fill it, it settles. We go back, we fill it again, it settles. But you keep doing that until it no longer settles. And so, and that's kind of the idea of what Tim and I are talking about. So there's 5 holes over on the quarry. part of it. And so we're gonna begin, we'll support, whatever we need. We've got a wheel loader, we'll have to have it because there is a large sinkhole on the right side of, Sylacauga Road. And then a skid steer for the smaller ones. And so, but all we do is push it into the hole, that's it. And when it fills up, like Tim said, we'll put concrete on it. And that way, it'll solidify and make it one like a big rock, so to speak. And then, we'll put gravel, they actually call it something different in Florida, but, it's a fine gravel over the top of it, and it packs, when it gets wet, it packs hard, it's like millions, so to speak.
It's kinda like sand.
Right, exactly. So, but that's the idea, the plan is, hopefully, we'll find the bottom, if you will. And so we don't know how much it's gonna take, don't know how long it's gonna take yet. We won't know until we actually get started. I mean, some of the holes, you can't see the bottom, and so, but there is some things we can do, Jackson Street, and so we talked about it. I'm gonna try to, grade it off, fill it up, and, put some shoring on it to direct some water flow away from there is actually a larger sinkhole that we're not prepared to deal with on the right side, but we can deflect water away from it and open up Jackson Street. That way, I think that's gonna, from what I've heard, people have a lot of complaints about that since that fell in, but that hole is deep. And so a lot deeper than I expected, but that's the plan. I mean, just whenever we get ready to pull the trigger on it, I just need to know what day that is, and so I can, or I need to know ahead of time, of course, like I mentioned to Tim, cause I have to plan, I have to designate the resource, and bring the skid steer and the wheel loader over, and get started with it, so.
So Mr. Parent, how does this look as far as, first, I like as far as scheduling and as far as, I guess, financially? Is there gonna have to be is there money in the budget for this? Is the budget gonna have to be amended? Is this a plan to where, I don't know if it's like paving, you have to do it a certain time of year? Or, cause I know we always got stuff going on. Y'all probably the busiest department ever, in my opinion, y'all are, so I'm just trying to see like,
Would this come out of those, other funds, Matt? Wouldn't this come out of,
The funds for this have already been budgeted. There's already a preventive road maintenance line item in street department budget.
so is that how we're gonna prioritize it based on, I guess, and the reason I'm asking is, and I get it that it is important and it does need to be done. So are you gonna do this based on how much money you have each year, that's what you're gonna do each year, and then next year you'll see what's budgeted and that's what you do next year? Or is it, you're looking like you got a list and these things need to be done by August? And I'm just saying that, I'm just.
This is all, I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, like I said, we don't know until we actually begin and how much resources I have to dedicate to this thing. Like I said, we don't know what the condition is underneath. And so, we've got, like you said, I looked in the budget myself, we've got some money available for street, and then Tim talked about another avenue. But as far as, for future, I mean, that's hard for me to say until we get started. Now, I know I do have to start on the budget in a couple of months, I think, for next year.
That's all I was gonna say.
He said start, I didn't hear.
In the next budget,
Right.
but this doesn't affect the infrastructure projects that we have got going on the other side.
No.
This
No,
is
that's
completely separate.
That's me,
That's
I have to prioritize that. I mean, I've got a list I do every morning. And so that's why I was telling Jim I need to know ahead of time so I can move people around and get the right people in the right place. And so, because I do that every morning.
I just wanna make sure that, that the priorities that were set before.
Yeah, cause remember,
Are not being usurped by this new,
Right.
because this is new.
and the monies, and then the reason I asked that, cause remember I keep saying I got 2 things on my list that I gotta get taken care of, 2 things, and the 2 things that are on my list are your things. They're pertaining to the street department, and it is street and road repair. So that's why I wanna see if that money that's in that line item, is that the plan for you guys to use that money for this project? And we gotta figure out how to do the other stuff, but that's not the plan, right?
I would imagine it's gonna be based off like, prioritizing, the condition of that road, cause like with Quarry Road,
I know it's bad, don't
I
get me wrong.
hate that this says for sinkholes on it, cause you've got prevented road maintenance for a plethora
Right.
of
Yeah.
different conditions, but, that particular sinkhole is already infringing on Quarry Road already. It's in
Yeah.
our right of way, and the road's starting to come down and that type of situation. So it would have to be a prioritized item, because we've got, I mean, we have road disrepair in a lot of different neighborhoods and places. And that's one of the things that I'm talking with, Eric Wright with on those CDBG grants, remember when he came and spoke?
Yeah.
About, road repair, that type of road repair, where you just got some cracks in the road, just repair that type of stuff. So, I would hope that we could handle some of that through grants. And then like this type, through our fund.
Well, so that grant that, Eric Wright mentioned was for areas that are impoverished areas. Would Quarry Road not qualify for that?
I mean, I don't, just off the top of my head, just guessing, I would say probably so.
Yeah.
But now but now you're talking about putting it on pause until you get approved for that grant and so forth. This is like that road,
So this is more urgent, is what you're
I
saying?
would say the urgency is higher, just on the condition and where that sinkhole is and the condition of the road.
Do we have a number of how much this is gonna cost?
This is under 10,000, probably around 8.
Okay.
Okay, so since I have Mr. Perry, and I get it, you guys are like, this is at the top of your list because it's your district, but again, I think I've been saying this since I got elected, my two things still hadn't been addressed, and I know we've had some issues with the street department, I'm just
Let me
saying.
know what your two issues.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what they are, because I've been saying it, so, and we've been waiting to get a street department superintendent put in place. And one of my things too, I got is 109 South National Avenue, that street, that street kept getting put on the back burner, but Reed told me that they were gonna do it in-house, but then we all know Reed retired. So that 109 Nashville Avenue is really bad, and I told the people that live there that street was gonna be taken care of, in-house. We were be able to do it in-house, and it's really bad, and also 400 North Main Avenue, it's a utility easement. It used to be a street, but the city a long time ago, they closed one side of the road. And now the easement, I guess it's a driveway, it's kind of like it goes into two houses. So they're considering it a driveway, but it's really not a driveway because it's still the city's property. And I wish, Captain, McNeil was here because he met me over there one time. It's really, really bad when you come out of the driveway. And the homeowner even said she would pay, to have it declared private property if the city would just go ahead and fix it. So those are the two things that are on my list that I've been waiting to get taken care of, because everybody just keep, they were telling me, hold on, we're gonna get it, and we got so much turnover, then we had an election, and I've been telling everybody, just wait a minute, the mayor's gonna fix it, so.
Ms. Tiffany, if I may, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
I know it, and that's why I even requested that you be here this time, so we could meet you.
Oh, sure. And so there's a new sheriff in town, so, I take care of stuff, okay? And so I'm definitely gonna look into it. Like I said, I wrote it down right here, so I'll go over and look at it.
Okay, so don't leave, I wanna talk to you after the meeting, so don't leave,
And I'm gonna
okay?
send you a list of stuff that Reed and Kenny had, I'm gonna send it to the
Yeah.
mayor.
I don't care about the floor stuff.
I care about your stuff.
No, I'm just messing with you.
But I am concerned.
But
About
this is the biggest thing though, cause we are trying to respect the mayor's wishes and we don't wanna overwhelm you. Because I ain't gonna lie, I did get in the habit of talking to Reed and I am trying to do the right thing now. We need to know how to report these issues because we don't have the PR stuff, we don't have the website and all this and that. So Mayor,
You're going to make
I just send it to you and to him, like I see.
I know it, but
of just
Yeah.
like reporting issues.
But still, this is what I'm saying again, I don't wanna be the middleman, I wanna be able to tell the people where to go.
What, anything that's been sent to me, by your council, any five of you has gone straight to that department head. And now,
I sent him one yesterday.
most of you have gotten good with the inclusion, like.
Right.
You either send, add me in an email or a text, but if not, I mean, and the majority of it does go straight. I mean, it does.
And that's why I also requested too, and I don't,
Put it on the van.
yeah, I don't know how the rest of you guys feel, but Mayor, even though, we wanna respect your wishes and deal with it the way you wanna deal with it, it still would be nice for us to get an update from, the department heads when we have questions about things in our district. That's why I asked that they do be present in the work sessions.
Yeah.
And that way we're all in the same room and we're all on the same page.
Mr. Stickey, don't want to interrupt, but, and I haven't talked to him about this just yet, but, no, what you were addressing just now about, how people reach out, it's not the best system in the world.
Exactly.
Okay, no, I've already got something in the works, and so, but I'm hoping to fix that. Cause that is, I hear that a lot, and so, several times, unless somebody is sitting directly by a phone, which doesn't happen all the time. And so that's just the nature of the beast, and so, but I found something that might help resolve that issue, but I don't wanna go into detail just yet. And so, but, I'll mention it to Mr. Mayor, but, it'll help correct some of that, cause I agree, it is a problem. I don't like to hear about it.
Well,
I don't like to hear when people can't reach somebody or whatever.
yeah, part of the website design is to have a formal work order process, part of that website, in that design, and kind of formalize that process a little bit. We're nowhere close to that, right? I mean, it's very informal, and that's why I'm trying to put structure to it, like make sure you go through me, and then if something goes wrong, blame me.
Yeah.
So it won't be on the department head or anything, that'll be with me, I'll take that. But as long as it's informal like it is right now, it's just a slow go. I mean, but now, I was gonna introduce Dan here at my time, but
I done took over, Dan.
he is doing a very good job. When I campaigned, it was on efficiency within departments, and he is doing a wonderful job on efficiency. I can notify him of something,
Yeah.
and it's either addressed or remedied within 24 hours. Now, that's efficient. So I'm very pleased with Mr. Perry and what he's doing, his effort as far as addressing work orders in the community. I actually got a really nice letter, the other day from a citizen about, really bragging on Mr. Perry and the utility board for how quickly they resolved an issue, for this lady. Really nice. I wish that was the type of feedback that,
Yeah, well, but that's good to know, it is, and I do appreciate that, but still though, some questions though, Mayor, you really can't answer because it's not your area of expertise. And I will say this too, now, if we give you something and it hasn't been reported to you, then of course, we can't get into answers, but if it's something that's, been reported and we do have a question on it, it would be nice, for the department head to be a part of the work session for us to be able, to get an answer. And I also do know that my two things, they couldn't have been done yet anyway because of the weather, so we've been waiting. Because it's almost,
I thought they fixed that.
they did, and Reed was supposed to, do it, and then it's just been like
I've heard about that 400 North Main from Mr. Cromer.
yeah, cause I've been, but I've been asking about it, and that's why I said, but I knew we had some issues, and this isn't to blame you or the mayor, I knew we had some issues, but that's why I'm glad you're here, so we can get these two things addressed, because they've been waiting a while,
Understand?
so.
No problem. And I wanna make something clear, every time the mayor does this, when he brags on me a little bit, I have to throw this in there, so I'm only as good as the guys I work with. And so that's not just me, I mean, that's the guys I work with. And so a great bunch of guys. And so,
Well, we appreciate you guys, and thank you so much.
How many guys are we talking? What is your staff size?
26,
How much?
26.
26. 26 full-time? employees.
So how many, is it, so, and are you fully staffed, or how many positions do you have open?
4.
4?
I'm sorry, yeah, 4 vacancies.
But now we haven't requisitioned anything, not yet. So to fill those 4, yeah, not yet.
So, and thanks for letting us know about I forgot what you said we were gonna call it. We weren't gonna call it preventative maintenance. What you say we're gonna call it for?
Quarry Road, Jackson Street improvements.
Yeah, improvements. So thanks for letting us know about the improvements. And of course, if something does happen to where an emergency happens, I mean, that's why we try to make good financial decisions, so we put ourselves in a position to where we can take care of emergencies. So
Sure.
hopefully it doesn't get any worse before we can, improve it.
That's the hope.
The last item that we're gonna be discussing is about the landscaping.
And let's go ahead and move to it because,
I'm gonna
yes.
have to leave, Madam President, before our actual council meeting.
Well, that's fine, but we knew the council meeting isn't gonna be that long, but we did have a lot of stuff for discussion.
And I wanted to just let you know.
Can we go ahead and,
You stay?
hold on, the street, he has a couple of things, so let's go ahead and do this. So the next one is, number 12 is, hold on.
Ice cream, ice cream. Ice cream.
I know number 14. Oh, he done sit down, so.
Number 12 is the ice cream.
Hold on, he done sit down anyway, so we'll just go ahead and go to number 11. So this discussion that is necessary by interim city clerk treasurer Cassie Epperson regarding a budget amendment to the police department budget to reallocate funds from the line items originally intended for vehicle leases and related equipment and outfitting purchases over to capital for the so basically, we're just, the same money we already approved, we're just moving it because it was called something else during the budget. Okay. I know.
That makes sense.
I know after I read it, I sounded crazy. All right, number 12, discussion that is necessary by interim city clerk treasurer Cassie Epperson regarding a budget amendment to the street department budget for equipment replacement of high yield ice cream maker machine. I know, messing with Greg. Ice machine. So, and we did have, a quote for that, and I know I asked Cassie, you said that thing had been out there, what, 21 years?
It ended up being 10 years.
10? I'm
They
just getting all
were,
my-
Dan ended up finding someone who was willing to repair the current machine, but it was gonna be $4,800 just to repair, and it's already 10 years old. So he was able to locate, he was attempting to get 3 quotes for you. The 3rd quote just never did come in time. There should be 2 quotes in front of you, and the recommendation is for the $5,285. And this ice machine is what they use when they're filling their coolers, the water containers, especially during the hot summer season,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, have you looked into the leasing? They got a lease program.
We have, it's the same company we've been doing business with, for years, got the recommendation. So they're, from what I was told, I mean, that was before my time, but their service record, I mean, we haven't had any issues with it at all. If anything happens, we give them a call, and they're out of Birmingham. And so, but I don't know if they have any kind of lease program, haven't asked. So,
Cause there's a few businesses in town that got big ice machines but they're on the lease program.
Yeah, we looked at that before though, didn't we?
I believe the lease program just wasn't cost effective. for
Yeah.
us.
What's the warranty on it, Mr. Perry?
wait, it's kind of weird.
3 years.
Part of it's 2 years and part of it's 5 years. Cash.
The one we just got at our work was 2-year complete warranty. And it had 5 years on the compressor and something else.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
And we've gotten 10 out of this one, and the one we quoted was a replacement. It's the same manufacturer. So, because we have a bin that, it's a unit the unit sits on top of the bin, and so we don't need to buy another bin, we just need that unit, the actual ice maker.
Yeah.
And so we did the same, we asked for the same, machine, because, I mean, we get 10 years out of it, that's pretty good.
Let me ask you this crazy question. So since we're gonna get a replacement, are you gonna keep the other parts just in case them, well, they're probably, after 5 years, they're probably, never mind.
All right, never asked. I don't know, a lot of times, looks like the contractor do that, they'll ask us to take it, and they do exactly what you said, they gut it for parts, but they haven't asked us, that wasn't in the contract.
Okay.
I mean, it is something we could probably hold in case something like that happens.
We probably have storage for it.
Not know where I would want to put it.
Do we have any more questions on that one, guys? Alright, so next item, discussion that is necessary by interim city clerk treasurer, Cassie Epperson regarding budget amendment to the fire department budget for an increase in expenses related to the purchase of a new flagpole.
So this is in relation to the email that you all received last meeting. So to have replacement flags and the replacement pole all together, that's what the cost is. So we just wanted to true up those expenses and.
That's the one on 280, correct?
Okay,
The poll came in the end of last week, and it should be up in the next
great.
week or two. The street department is helping actually put it up, but of course, they're tied up with 800 other billion things at the same time, so.
So we've already bought the, pole.
We got it.
So the flagpole has been purchased, and now you just need the approval to buy the new flags.
Yeah, it's just truing up that, because we didn't know exactly what number to put in that line to cover everything. And so now that we're down to the nitty gritty of it, we just needed the extra $900 whatever to cover the whole expense.
So we already, okay, cause and we talked about this, so we already had the money in the budget, we just need an additional 900, okay.
Good.
Yeah, I remember now. Alright, next item, discussion that is necessary by interim city clerk treasurer Cassie Epperson regarding the bid received for the landscape and horticultural services at the bid opening beginning at 10 a.m. on Monday, March 30th, 2026. And we do have that, in front of us. And I think the bid came in, which I knew it was gonna come in, I'm not gonna lie, I knew it was gonna be more, just because of all the changes and the discussion that we had. So we have to decide if we're gonna accept it, if we're gonna rebid it, or if, I do have a suggestion, but I'm gonna wait to see what y'all say before I say what, well, I'm gonna say it. If we can't find anybody to do it for the price that we, want it for, I mean, we may have to do the street department like we do the animal shelter and hire a couple of part-time people just for the season.
For inmates, I mean, I know different entities utilize inmates,
Yeah.
but
Is that not something
We used to get the inmates, but something happened, why don't we have any inmates?
What do we do?
We do have some inmates? So how many do we have? 3? So, but I know certain people like have to watch them, right? Or have to, that's the thing.
We have a man that's not runs the end.
They supposed to be picking up litter. They supposed to be picking up litter.
That's one of the many jobs they do.
So,
That's what we hired them for, right
So,
up to code.
I wanna take some time to look through this
I
a
do
little bit
too,
more.
I need more time.
But-
on that.
but the only
I like
thing is-
what she said, she made a comment that she did not get to bid,
I
did not
didn't get to publicize
publicize
it
it.
the way that I'm.
I
okay,
say, that's what I was fixing to ask, how was this,
I think we
how do
should
people know
publicize
to
it.
bid on this?
but whatever we do, we need to go ahead and do it. We can't like go back to the drawing board because the season is
It
starting.
has nothing, we don't need to worry about a season. We've got so much weeding and overgrown.
Yeah,
I
it's still,
understand what you're saying about
Yeah.
some things, but some things really just need to get cut now. I mean, we don't have the kind of shrubbery that we need to worry about seasons. on some of the cutting back that needs to be done.
But some of the stuff is done in season, just depending on how they grow. So are you suggesting, I guess, right now, we don't, are we still in the month to month with the other people?
We're still continuing
Are
month
they
to month
even, they're
until it's
coming?
awarded.
You seen them?
So they're still working?
They're still working, they're still invoicing us.
What do they do?
Well, it sounds like what we're saying, certain things need to be prioritized. We need to, I guess you need to get with Matt and Mr. Perry and prioritize some things, but if they're invoicing us, then they're doing something.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, they're not.
flabbergasted, because I was out here with beautification, this past weekend, and Randy, I know what Randy's saying. The beds are terrible, we went out to the flagpole, I mean, all of that is overgrown, we've got weeds everywhere, I mean, I'll be
So what are
honest,
they
I'd like
invoicing
to know
for?
where they are, where
Is
they
it
are.
itemized?
Just the continuation of the previous contract.
So is there a way to request itemized invoices since we're in a month to month? I think we should be able to do that, right?
Yes,
Fire.
like the mayor could call and say, hey, cut the grass and get the weeds off Broadway.
All right, I've had experience with this, okay? What Madam President's saying, there's legitimacy to that, because we are in the growing season right now, it's not gonna get any better. We also need to remember that we are in the 250 celebration. So we want things to look good, you're fine. Now, we only have one bidder on this bid. The group who has the contract now did not bid. Now, I can't speak for that group, but if they did not bid, they're not gonna be motivated to give you a price by price,
And two, I hate to say this, we have to be careful what we say in these meetings too, because that messes with, the motivation and the bids. And I mean, you also get what you pay for.
Yes.
We
And that's
can't-
a phenomenal that was a phenomenal person who does great work around the city, that one.
Cassie,
Did what you're saying.
let's just,
Who did phenomenal work?
she's saying these people do phenomenal work, not the people we have now. Cassie, let's just do this. Open it up. How long does it take to do that?
So if the council wants to set it to bid tonight, there is the same bid with revised dates. It would be a bid opening on May the 4th, and then you would award the bid on the 5th.
So that still puts us behind because,
May I make another suggestion for y'all to consider? I heard Mr. Parrott say that he has 4 vacancies. Could the street department not take on, we really go in and hire 4 new people, and those 4 people handle the landscape?
if we have 4 vacancies, 4 positions that have already been approved, then we're advertising for them, right? We just hadn't, are we not advertising for budgeted positions?
Those positions are higher level positions that are heavy equipment operators and things of that nature. It's not your landscaping crew.
But that's why I also said, since we have, but this is also an option, since we have those positions that are budgeted, we haven't hired anybody for, we can hire some temp people to take care of this stuff now,
Okay.
or not.
Well, you mentioned it, when it comes to landscaping, and this is what, to me, makes it unique. Because again, I've dealt with this personally within the school system.
Yeah.
We tried to go the cheaper route in the school system years ago and hire it out in-house. Buy the equipment, fuel, pay for everything, and pay for that human resource position, right? Total disaster, couldn't keep up with the workload, and quit after a year and a half. Now, that cost us about the mid-50s, about 55, 60,000. For about 30,000 more, we got a certified horticulturist or a landscaper who can deal with chemicals appropriately, know how to spray, know the proper time to trim, know how to edge, do the proper line, all of that type stuff. You pay a little bit more, but what you get in return is,
It's phenomenal, I mean, I've
But-
said the word, it is
I just would like to see.
But
I'd
again-
like to see more.
Now,
But again, right now, we don't
increase
have-
the scope.
We don't have nothing right now, though, that's the thing, and we got some stuff, but we got some stuff we need taken care of right now. So that's why I'm saying,
The intersection.
if we're gonna open this back up, can't we hire a couple of part-time people in the street department, just use them as,
Or
as
temporary.
cutting some grass? I mean, I don't know what else,
It's
or,
not cutting
I'm
grass.
not.
or whatever it
It's
is.
a lot more than cutting.
I know it.
Yeah.
It's
It really is, it
landscaping.
is really
Insects
trimming
and
of shrubs and bushes and weeding. I mean, why couldn't I thought I'm like him, why were the,
Let me, again,
laborers from the prison, why are they not weeding?
but
I
still,
don't know if they can do, they can cut litter.
Hey, Matt, they-
we're still gonna put ourselves a month out and nothing is gonna be done. That's what I'm saying. So we gotta figure out what we can do for the next 4 weeks to at least get some stuff taken care of, right?
And keep in mind that you have continued that contract month to month with Simco.
And we're still
Whether you're
not,
satisfied or not, right now, you're still.
and we
doing
can,
that.
so if you end a month-to-month contract, do we have to give them 30 days? What's the stipulation on that? Can we just end it at any time? Do we have to give them a 30-day notice? What?
It should be at the time of award. So if you award a bid, that contract starts at that.
No, I'm talking about ending,
No. she's
So
saying
that-
once
that's
you-
when it
once
ends,
you
the
award
month-to-month
one, the other one
Sure.
ends. Once you award the new contract, his contract ends.
Unless you decide to rescind that action.
Madam President, I may be stepping out of line a little bit, but could you not use the vacancy factor from the 4 existing vacancies that he's had so far this year to help cover the difference in the cost of the contract?
that's what I thought I was saying, but maybe I wasn't. But are you saying to award it to the person that,
I mean, I don't know the contract, I'm just.
I think these
listening to
contracts are for 3
conversation.
years, though, that's the thing.
There's obviously money in his budget from the vacancies that he has, is that enough to cover the difference?
I'm with the fire chief, and that doesn't happen often, cause I'm saying we're in a position now to where,
I just don't,
I'm telling you, but that makes sense. I mean, because it's a 3-year contract, right? This is what I say, like, if things are so bad and we can't get caught up, and obviously we don't wanna put any more pressure on the street department, because even if we hire some part-time people, he still has to manage them, even if we get some more inmates, only specific people, inmates.
That's what I was trying to.
he's gotta have the 4 weeks.
Hey, I'm with it, let's do this.
So cut your thing.
Thank you, Oscar.
I'm saying award this bid, and we got money to pay for it, it's for 3 years, and we move on. And
But how was this advertised? Cause I've looked and I hadn't seen it.
well,
And that might be why nobody bid.
You're not.
How?
Publishing, somebody's gonna say, well, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, inform me of the bid, and I will.
oh my God, we gonna be under the tree.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a possibility.
Oh,
But if we did it according to the law,
But did we do this right?
We didn't meet legal requirements.
Well, I think we're fine,
So
and
you want to award this contract for this amount of money?
we have the money, cause think about it, we have the money, it's a 3-year contract. We have the money,
oh, that's for a 3-year span for that cost?
each contract, this is annual.
but
Okay.
what if he hires his 4 people?
Well, we'll figure it out. He hadn't hired them, but he's still budgeted,
We got 4 to 5 months left.
left in the budget, and we're finna start another budget.
I've got those
Well,
But what I'm-
it's gonna really,
There's
it's gonna really
department
impact
salaries
this budget.
in general, not just in his department, but in other.
He can hire 2 of those 4.
Okay, but what we're talking about, still putting the responsibility on them, we don't have enough people
Hire 2 people.
to take care of this, and we're also complaining about these things that haven't been taken care
And do this or
My
something.
concern is who's gonna need
It won't be the
of. Him, he's gonna manage them. That's what we put in the bid, the street department superintendent is gonna manage them, right?
They oversee the.
Well, yeah.
They're the contact to.
And I will say, I do know this company, and I will on their behalf say that they don't really have to be overseen. We're not gonna have to hold
I'm
their
sorry,
hand.
everybody needs to be.
No, I mean,
overseen.
but they're
I
not
mean,
gonna
it's
be
just-
like,
Alright,
we have to stay on
so-
them like we currently.
Guys, so look,
Yeah.
it's almost 7 o'clock, so are we gonna award this bid? Are we gonna put the bid back out for, 4 weeks? What are we gonna do about the stuff, the landscaping, so?
So in that respect, what you were talking about, you've already got the $24,000 budgeted for the contract this year. And then what Chief Osgood was alluding to is you've had 6 months of those 4 positions' salaries that have not been used. So
It's
that
a-
money, even if he hires today, you have 6 months worth of salary that could
And those are
possibly be
high-end
put to
salaries.
that if you wanna, fund
So
it.
even if we hire
But
those,
again, this is this amount of money times 3 years.
Good.
I do feel like it is pricey, I mean, I'm
well,
100%.
and I will say this, y'all have to realize, everything we put into this contract, with everything that we said, all the changes we made, we knew we weren't gonna get it for 25 grand. I hope we all knew that.
I knew that, but I didn't expect this.
So,
I mean, the price caught me completely off guard, I'm not gonna lie.
I knew it.
It did catch me.
okay, but still, we have a choice. So are we gonna award this bid and get our streets and stuff taken care of, so we're not worse off than we started? Or are we gonna wait 4 more weeks and, see? Because as of right now, technically, nobody's doing it, and according to Cassie, we can't end the month-to-month contract until we award a new bid, which I don't understand that.
Now, if y'all decide to rescind that action where you continued it on a month-to-month lease, you could do that as well. But again, you're sitting right here with nobody to do the service.
But according to the people, nobody's doing anything anyway.
That's,
That's what I'm hearing.
I agree with that.
I would agree.
So, again, I'm only one person, me and the fire chief are only one person. So what are we gonna do?
I mean, I know it needs to be done, it needs to be cleaned up now, cause it's bad.
And think about 4 more weeks and is it about to start raining?
Well, we're in the rainy season, but I would encourage y'all to think the big picture. We've already had spring breakers come through 21 in our town. You're about to have graduations coming through, you're about to have vacations coming through. And 21, this stretch right through here, our downtown area needs help.
And not even that, our areas like off 280 and stuff like that in 21, so.
I mean, and I think that
You
he'll have
realize
this
this does
looking.
not include any sort of, plants or changing anything, this is strictly just maintaining what we
No,
have.
it's pine straw and mulch.
Pine straw was actually, he wrote something about that. 8,000, that's not included in this.
It is a part of the total cost.
It is a part of this
Yes.
protocol?
His stipulation is that when he performs his work, he utilizes pine straw and mulch. If the council did not desire to have that, then he was not interested in the bid. So that
Oh.
was something that they didn't want. There's $8,000 of that total cost
Yeah.
related to pine straw and mulch.
I would have liked to have seen that spelled out a little bit more myself, because these beds back here that are just overrun with weeds on both of our parking lots all the way down, plus not to mention the
All the way down
beds in
Broadway.
the front.
Well, it's just
that are
gonna get worse in
totally,
4 more weeks.
You know,
So what
it's gonna get worse.
I think,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
initially I was totally, like, wow, that's a hefty price, but now the more we talk about it and hash it out, I feel like it would really help unify our city. Especially,
But this doesn't include any sort of planters, this doesn't include any plants, this doesn't include anything extra materials of any sort that would need to be replaced, or irrigation. I mean, we really need irrigation back here. I mean,
So we waited this long, so do we wanna just wait the 4 more weeks? Or are we to the point to where we can't take it and we gotta make a decision? So that's what we need to decide. Are we making a decision tonight, or we waited this long, we can wait 4 more weeks? I can go either way. Laura? I'm asking everybody, Tim, Greer, that's the decision.
we're between a rock and a hard place, because we really need something done now. I don't think SimCut is cutting it, and,
I just wish I had 3 bids, or 5 bids, or 10 bids. And I just don't know how it was advertised, cause I even looked.
All right, well, Cassie, looks like, are we waiting 4 weeks, guys?
Madam President,
Yes, I don't know who said that. Hey,
can I mention something?
Mhm.
So I've got money left over in nuisance that handles cutting grass,
but
if you needed extra time.
well, the thing about it, this is how the budget works, and I don't think anybody realizes this. We have enough money to pay for it in the street department's budget. Y'all have to realize at the end of a budget cycle, money isn't banked. It just goes back into the general fund, then we start over. So even if we save money in this year, that money isn't counted as a savings next year. So we still have to re-budget. So in August, whenever we do the next budget, we're gonna have to budget for this in a separate line item and still budget the 4 positions. So like, there's no such thing as leftover money. But
So if you were looking for something to buy time, since my contract with Mint involves cutting grass,
let me ask this. I didn't mean to cut you off, Josh.
you're not.
Can we, if we already have the money, can we pay the 3-year contract out and then we don't have to budget for it next time?
Why would we do that?
Because next time we won't have to budget for it, because while we have the money in this season. If we were to award this, because I think that's what y'all are thinking. Well, I don't think that's what you're saying. You're not questioning the money. I think they're questioning the money, you're questioning the actual contract and the services.
Yeah, but I mean, I still don't know why you would wanna pay something out
I'm just,
ahead of time.
well, not pay it out, but pay it for this year and next year. Yeah, I don't know, y'all, what do y'all, what would,
Can I say something on this? So, y'all really need to listen to the mayor, because you don't wanna just go out and hire 3 people to come and do something that they have no idea what they're doing. You need to hire.
come to the microphone, Mr. Randy, come on.
Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, but the people can't see who we're talking to.
She wants you on video.
No, but the people can't see who we're talking to.
Look, I'm out here all the time, the mayor knows this. You really need to hire somebody that does this every day. Not go out and hire 3 temporary people that you think is gonna come out here and be landscapers. They're not. So you're gonna run into the problem, oh, we need some more money to buy a lawnmower. We need some more money to buy this, to buy that. They're not experienced landscapers. You need to hire somebody that does this every day in his land, even though it might cost us a little bit more, it'll be worth it in the long run. Because I'm not gonna mention one of these, but they do this every day. They know what they're doing. They know when to put pine straw down. They know when to plant this plant, when to trim this bush. We can't go
And what
hire.
season it is, like I said, they know what season.
We can't hire some temporary people and expect him to be a horticulturist and say, y'all need to go trim that bush or that bush, or, that's not
That
his
increases
job.
workload,
Well,
yeah.
I think at this point, then, I think more things need to be tried to do to.
And I think we're saying the same thing, Mr. Clark. So,
We need to rebid it,
alright,
open it up for more bids.
so that's what y'all,
That's what I suggest.
so again, Laura, Tim,
I honestly, if it was advertised correctly and how it should have been, I don't agree with opening it up for more bids, just because I think we're wasting time. But that's my opinion, and I agree, Greer has, she represents District 1, I represent District 5, we all bring stuff to the table, but I think we're gonna waste time opening it back up.
Tim,
If it was advertised, but like it's supposed to be, that we're supposed to do,
Well, we're meeting legal record.
We're meeting
We're
the
meeting
legal
the legal
requirements.
requirements.
okay.
We could use other resources, it's y'all's choice.
Alright, well, it sounds like we're gonna vote on this tonight. Alright. Okay,
So, Madam President, when you're ready for the agenda, there is an option on your agenda, it says either, and there's an option to award the bid, or, and there's an option to set it to bid.
how soon can these people start?
Right now, the resolution is written for May 1st as the start date, but I can go and change that to tonight's meeting.
So is that gonna, be okay with the people's schedule? Are they prepared to start any day?
That was the reason why I was gonna check and see. I had put down May 1st, but I believe if y'all are prepared to accept it, we should be able to. He seemed eager to get ready.
Okay. Alright. And that's it for the, I think that's it on the work session.
I do have one thing. we received an email that said about a deadline of April first, and what, from the police chief, or did we set any deadlines? I never got official clarification. What was that?
I don't even think we need to, I think, cause once we set the budget is the budget.
Yeah, so what was that April first deadline?
I don't even think we need to even go into that, Laura, unless you want to,
I
Mayor.
can talk to you later. If it's what I think, I'm not asking Chief publicly, but if it's what I think he's referring to, it was a conversation we had, but it was nothing that was ever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just what I wanna make sure, cause I thought I was lost on it, and I wanted to ask and see what, cause I went back all through our budget stuff, and I was like, April first, I don't know what this is referencing, and I like to be in the know.
Okay, Cassie, there's some,
People.
my bad, Laura, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
You're good.
Yeah, but
I'm
I just
sorry.
wanted to know, just so I could answer to the people, you know,
Yeah,
if there was.
the budget is the budget, we've
Yeah.
already budgeted and we're not
nothing's changed,
discussing
Yeah.
until the mayor presents us with the new budget. Some training is coming up, and some of us would like to go, it's on April 28th through May 1st.
It's the League of Municipality Conference.
And I think if we register by a certain time, it's a certain price, but if we wait, the price goes up. So what was that date that the price changed for? April 12th. It's a you said 3-day training?
Something like that, maybe 2.5, or, I'm not exactly sure the schedule.
Will you send us an email out and ask who wants to go and just tell us what day we have to respond by so you can get whoever wants to go register? Because Nate may wanna go too. Will you send us that email tomorrow?
I will.
Alright, and the mayor too, cause he may wanna go too. Alright, I think that's all I have. Does anybody else have anything else on the work session? Any questions, concerns? Oh, Kathy, thank you for giving us this. I think we went over a lot of time. Can we go over this next meeting? Alright, so guys, you do have unless y'all wanna do it now, we do have a copy of the financials. It tells what's left, what's been spent. I did ask for this. I didn't realize we were gonna be here this long. I don't wanna keep y'all, any longer. So we can just take this home, look over, your financials, and whatever questions you have, we'll do this next work session. Is that okay? Or y'all wanna do it now?
That's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry about that too.
I'm good with
But I did request this for us, just so we can see what we spent, what's left, where we are in capital, that bond money stuff, as far as, drainage and so on and so forth. Okay. Alright, so anything else on the work session? Alright, so we're gonna close the work session. Do we need to take, a 5-minute break for the bathroom, or are we good to just go on into, oh, go ahead.
Or you wanna take a break?
No,
Okay.
What'd you say, Kathy?
If the council accepts the resolution with the updated numbers for option 4 for the GFL, are you okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll get it after the meeting.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and end the work session. I'm gonna call the council meeting to order at 7:07 PM. I'm gonna do a roll call vote. Greer Bizignani, I'm here. Nate is not here. Tim Vincent.
Here.
Laura Heath.
Here.
Our invocation was provided by Chief Osgood prior to the work session, and now we're staying for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, my God.
We almost had to have a little lecture. Get your report. Alright, so Mayor Hubbard, do you have a report for us tonight? Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, thank you, Madam President. We originally had a couple of proclamations. They'll be bumped to the second meeting this month. All right, so we began Marble Festival today out at Central Park, and Marble Festival will run from today until April the 18th. And I just want to encourage everyone to come out to Central Park. The weather I don't think we can have a better weather forecast this week. It's gonna get just a little bit warmer next week, but it's still supposed to be just beautiful. So I would encourage everyone to come out, meet the sculptors, participate in the events, the quarry tours and those type things, and just, really see what the Magic of Marble Festival is all about, because it was beautiful out there this morning, and seeing the sculptors beginning these works of art, it's impressive. Also want to encourage our community. Laura's already left, but the chamber is hosting the State of series. They've already had the State of Education. Next Tuesday, the 14th, they're gonna have the State of the City series. It's gonna be at First Baptist Church beginning at 11:30 till 1 p.m. And that's hosted in conjunction with CAC. So these were, hopefully this will be well attended and we can get a lot of information out to the community. First time this has ever been attempted, or that the chamber has done this. So we hope to set that bar fairly high this first time with the State of the City. I'm not gonna bore the folks with, I'm not gonna get down in the weeds with them or anything. When we have our State of the City here, probably have more numbers, financials, those type things, more of the technical State of the City for here, and be a little bit different type of information being shared at the State of the City next Tuesday. And then I don't believe he needs any introduction. I think he's already gone, but I was gonna introduce Dan Parrott as the street superintendent, so I believe y'all got, and I have to brag on him, his efficiency. I've been impressed with his efficiency so far. Everything's either addressed or remedied within 24 hours. And I mentioned the letter and comments that I've been getting from the community. It's all been positive. It's all been good. So just wanted to share that with y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I need a motion to amend or adopt the agenda. We don't have to, we're not amending, we can just adopt it, right?
We're not taking anything off? Okay.
I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
I need a second. All in favor? Any nays? All right, motion passes. Next item, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the special call city council work session held on March 18th, 2026.
Motion.
I need a second.
Second.
I need, all in favor?
Yes.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the special call city council meeting held March 18th, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve resolution 45-2026 to establish a rate change for Sylacauga residents and participants of the city of Sylacauga's waste management, currently contracted for services with GFL Environmental. I need a motion. Second.
Second.
Cassie, do we need to, is it a second one to go with the option? Or is this the same thing?
It's all inclusive, so
Okay.
that resolution will spell out option 4.
Okay, so we are going with option 4. All right, I need a motion, we got a motion from Greer, second from Laura, all in favor?
Yes.
Any nays? All right, Cassie, just make sure that resolution spells out which option we're going with. All right, next item, action that is necessary to approve resolution 48-2026, awarding bid number 2026-3-001 for landscape and horticultural services for city-owned public planters and green spaces for a 3-year term to DeWeese Lawn LLC. I need a motion.
Motion.
Second.
What are we're making a motion for the, resolution to approve it as is?
You're doing one action or the other. You're either setting it out to bid or you're approving it.
And I think we agreed that we were gonna vote on it tonight to be approved, right? That's the one, I read the right one.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just made the motion.
I need a second.
Second, if somebody needs to
I need a second.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Yay.
Any, you said no?
Nay.
Okay, all right, so it's 3-1. All right, motion passes. So now I can go on to number 11, right, Cassie? All right, next item, action that is necessary to set a public hearing for the city council meeting held May 21st, 2026 at 6 p.m. regarding the annexation of property located at 3601 Old Sylacauga Highway, Sylacauga, Alabama, 35150 to be zone AG-1. Need a motion?
Motion.
I heard Greer first, I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve accounts payable invoices for fiscal year 2026 in the amount of $1,048,259.88. I need a motion. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve March payrolls in the amount of $511,614.03. I need a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any nays? Motion passes. Now it's time for anyone to address the council. No action to be taken at this meeting. Please come to the microphone and state your name and address for the record prior to addressing, the council. I think I said that wrong. Is there anyone who would like to address the council tonight?
Yes, we
Come
have.
to the microphone.
guess that's me.
Yes.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good, how you
I'm
doing?
doing good. It's my first time coming
It's
to
okay.
a city council meeting, so,
Just tell us your name and your address first.
it's Keisha Hill. My address is 640 Alexander Circle here in Sylacauga, Alabama. I think I had spoke with Ms. Greer and Mr. Vincent. I'm the one that got that, Habitat home built back in 2017.
Did you get my card?
No, I didn't.
I left, I didn't know which house it was, I knew the Habitat one, but I put my card on the windshield wiper of the two cars in the two different driveways. Yesterday, went and looked,
Yes,
I went over
I
there.
have to look, cause
There was a silver car,
and a black.
and there was just one car there, and then there was another car at the house right behind the parking lot of the church.
I have to look, yeah, that's my house, the one that's right next to the church, so I have to look, I didn't see it, wasn't paying
I put
attention.
it on the windshield.
Okay, I'm like, yeah, on my check and see. But I was coming because I'm not for sure who I may need to address, like I spoke to y'all before. Our mailboxes is on the main road, it's Darby.
Mhm.
And, I have had my mail tampered with, packages stolen from where our mailboxes is way down on the main road and it's away from our houses. It's not, our mailboxes is not in front of our yard. So I was trying to see what can be possibly done about that, where we're able to move our mailboxes in front of our house, cause I have cameras around my house. But it's just crazy, you know, I'm working in Birmingham and then I'm getting home and my mailbox is left open and my mail been touched and everything, and I actually had to go to Home Depot. I spent almost $200 just to upgrade my mailbox security, because it's like, why people messing with your mail and stuff, and I'm not the only one that's dealing with that.
How many mail,
Sorry. How many houses do you have on that street that are having the same issues? Like,
So it's mine's, the other lady that stayed next to me, she just got hers built, Habitat home. Then it's another guy that's over across from there, and then it's another brick house. So I say it's like 2, 3, 4, 5 houses now. Like, it's people on that street now. I think at the time when my house was built, Mr. Adams them that was over Habitat, they spoke with the postal service and asked why was our mailbox having, had to be put down at the end. They said it was because it wasn't that many people on that block. But now it's like people stays on the street, and then I think it's like 2 houses that's been renovated and people done moved in. So we got people that's on that street now.
So I asked her to come here tonight because, she's reached out to the postal office and has not gotten a remedy. And, before I spoke and said, put your own mailbox out and everybody take those mailboxes down. I didn't know if there was something the city would need to do to give her permission to do that.
it won't be a city thing. At the end of the meeting, I'm gonna give you a phone number, somebody to call. I think it's gonna be an issue to where all of y'all are gonna have to, and this just from me working with apartment stuff or whatever. I think it's gonna have to be an issue to where all of y'all are gonna have to, be on the same page and address the post office and have the mailboxes moved in front of your house. But, I don't know the setup, I'm not familiar with it, so are all the houses actually on the street,
Yes.
and no house, like it's not a house behind a house or whatever. So I think you're just gonna, all of y'all are just gonna have to,
Like a petition.
yeah, kinda sorta, but I will tell you, the post office is really, really hard to deal with. There, and I think, and I hate to say this, well, I don't hate it, cause I'm gonna say it anyway, I think it's a thing of just them being lazy.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
because
it is though, I'm telling
it's a
you.
big circle, like when you come into, on Darby Street, it's literally a big circle to where they can actually come in
Yeah.
and circle around, because when they come in, it's actually houses
Yeah.
that's right there, where mailboxes are in front of their yard. And when they go on down, it's more mailboxes, and then circling around, it's our little spot, and our mailboxes isn't right there. so-
Yeah, and then too, make sure when you do this, you have the evidence of where you had to report your packages. Not, they say they delivered, you didn't get
Yeah.
it, and so on and so forth. I don't even know if it's been so bad to where you had to have a police report. But I'm gonna give you a phone number, at the end of this meeting of somebody you can call who can try to like guide you in the right direction to get this
Yeah.
taken care of.
It's been bad, cause I did have to do a police report because one of the neighborhood kids took my address and stole the identity of a girl that stayed on the next street, but used my address.
Yeah, because
And
it's becoming a
simply-
security,
It's like-
issue now.
Yeah, that's a major issue.
Yeah, I did a police report on that, mailbox getting spray painted black, like, it was awful.
Yeah, you're gonna call who she's wanting you to call, see if it ain't, and I think you're gonna have to get with the 911 office
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
I don't know with it being non-address changes, but mailbox moving, they still get involved with a lot of
I
it.
don't know, because maybe not, hopefully this helps, because even when you call the 911 people, they're not showing up to mailboxes, they're showing up to the actual house.
Yeah.
So,
The addresses are on the house.
yeah, so,
Their addresses
yeah,
on the house.
yeah.
Yeah, mine's is,
'Cause most
I don't think the
addresses are on
other
mailbox.
neighbors, I don't think their numbers are on their houses, but I put mine on
Yeah,
mine.
and they may tell you that may be one of the stipulations, so,
So they couldn't just, as a group, decide, take those mailboxes down and.
No,
put
they'll-
Mailboxes up?
they'll hold their mail. You're gonna have to communicate it, they'll hold their mail, so you're gonna have to communicate it. So, and I'm not saying this is gonna work, I'm not promising
Yeah,
anything,
that's
but this
what I'm
is
saying.
like somebody that works for the postal service who can tell you what you need to do.
Okay.
If you can do anything, hopefully you can.
Yeah, cause it's like I have ran this issue with them since last year. It's been going on and ain't nothing been did. Only thing I get is an apology, I'm sorry, but it's like,
Yeah, but dealing with the process, I will tell you, it's rough.
Is it the squeaky wheel gets the oil kind of thing, so you gotta really push?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's rough.
I'm sorry, we couldn't be of more
So I'm
help.
wondering if
Yeah.
you
no,
could
it's,
go in and fill some paper out at the post office and,
I think it's gonna have to be all of them though. If all their mailboxes are in the same spot, they're not gonna move it for one person.
Yeah, it'll have to be
So
like a
everybody's gonna have to, but I'm gonna give you this and hopefully she can just give you some guidance. Well, yeah, you don't have to wait. Just call, you can come get it, just call her and just say, hey, Tiffany told me to reach out to you. You work for the post office and this is my issue. Who do I need to contact?
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Isn't that a narrow road, Kim?
huh?
Isn't that a real narrow road?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, but if cars can go through, the mail truck can too, yeah.
Still pass those two cars.
And a lot of times, so stuff has been a certain way so
Kinda go over the
long,
grass a little bit.
yeah, but now it's becoming a security issue. So hopefully they can help you.
Yeah, cause I'm right there next to, the St. Jude Catholic Church.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is right there next to it, so,
Dang, I sure hate that,
But
but,
I did ride over there and,
yeah.
looked at your situation and left a card. I didn't know which house you told me it was, so I just left my card on the windshield, both cards. I thought you might have been sleeping, so I didn't wanna beat on the door.
Yeah, I work over there in Birmingham, so it's like, coming through the traffic, trying to get home and going back out, but yeah, when I get home, I make sure I check and see.
yeah. I'm sorry about that, Keisha.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright, and then too, just text her too, just tell her what you want, and she'll probably just, just ask her, can she call you tomorrow, and just say, hey, can you, help me with this?
Okay.
And if not, then we'll find somebody else that works there to try to get you some help. between all of us, somebody probably knows somebody.
Yeah, we all know people there.
Just don't ask your mail lady, they ain't gonna help you. All right, so is there anyone else who would like, come on, Mr. Perry, come on down. I like this.
Okay, I guess I'll do like everybody else does. Dan Parrott, I live, on Hurst Mountain, just above, Oakville Road, so going out of town. No, I just wanted to clarify a comment I made earlier, and so, when I said to you, a new sheriff in town, there's no disrespect intended, no reflection on my predecessor. Okay, I wanted to make sure that was clear.
I didn't even hear you say it.
Okay, well, my point was, this man tells me where to go and to bring a shovel, and that's what I did. That was the message, and so, regardless of what may or may not have happened in the past, okay, he tells me to go and do this, I go do that, and so, that's who I answer to.
Well, we appreciate that.
And to the citizens, of course, and so, just wanted to clarify that comment, because I know Paul's gonna put this on YouTube, and somebody hears it. So I wanted to make clear what my intention was, and it was no disrespect to my predecessors at all. And so, those guys have got years in the business, and so, and I don't, so, all right?
Thank you, and thank you for talking to Miss Geraldine too, and if you would, since I've been waiting on this stuff for so long, like, we've been patiently waiting, just give the mayor an update, or just let me know what happens, or like, if we're gonna, cause we've been told so many different things, I just wanna know what's gonna happen next.
I'm hanging around after we.
Hey, as soon as we adjourn, you and the mayor and Tiffany, I'll show you something on this driveway you're talking about. That one.
Oh, Lord, okay. All right, is there anyone else? We can stay another hour if y'all like, yeah. All right, so having no further business to discuss, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
I need a second.
Second.
I heard Greer. All in favor? Any nays? All right, time of adjournment, 7:26.